Ladies and gentlemen, the answer to the Ukraine war is right around the corner. Trump knows how to end the Russia-Ukraine war. Listen. Hey, listen. This is gonna. All right, guys. The tags. What for? Blah blah blah.
Well, guys, this is another one that Trump is going to be 100% right about.
Guys, I'm reading this. I had about 4 seconds, and what was he going to be 100% right about? I have an idea. What's my idea?
Just the other day, he put out the tweet. First come the tanks, then come the nukes. Get this crazy war ended now. So easy to do. He's talking.
Yes, I don't know why they didn't just rush this straight into the Pentagon and have someone translate it into adult and get at it. What more strategy do you need than a grown man shout tweeting fucking blather? Also, hi, you're watching House Sparks Mega Worldwide. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up. I haven't done any of that stuff. Thank you to our patrons. You're why we're here. And also, super chats and super thanks if you're watching this later. And Facebook, just follow the page. So, you know.
Talking about Ukraine, where the United
Hi, Twitch. Love you guys. Thanks for the bit.
States just sent over, I guess, a bunch of Abrams tanks, not states.
No, we're going to. We have not just sent them over. But, I mean, you've never been around anybody in government who actually does their job, so you wouldn't know.
Abrams. So we're clear. But Abrams tanks to Ukraine. Right?
Guys, Abrams, guys.
I then saw on social media, literally.
Oh my God, I literally saw, and obviously he was on real social media. He saw what his dad said, but that's not social media. That's on Truth Social, which, I mean, calling it social media, that's kind of rude to real social media, isn't it?
A few hours later. Well, that's wonderful, but we'd also like some F-16s or F-15. I think it was F-16s. So now,
yeah, whatever works.
Now they want tanks. Then they want fighter planes. And at what point does Russia say, hey, you know what? Now that we're at war with the United States, essentially. Now we've been...
Essentially. No, we're giving them materials. They are doing the fighting. And he should know this. This dude doesn't do anything but, like, he doesn't even do any of his own hunting. Somebody else drives him around, finds the animal for him so he can shoot it.
In a proxy war for basically, a year at this point. I mean, since its inception, right? 100.
Yes, Russia. Then essentially what you're saying is Russia declared a proxy war on the United States through Ukraine. Okay.
$130 billion, right? And I imagine there's a lot more. Meaning, we read about the 200 and 220 billion, whatever the number is, that the Pentagon misplaced. They can't account for it.
No, it's not that they can't account for it. They're fucking not going to. That happens in every budget. It happened during the Trump administration. It happened during every administration.
Pentagon can't account for 200-something billion dollars. Just disappeared. Remember, guys, if you miss your taxes by $2, the IRS is coming to visit you.
No, they aren't. They will not come to visit you for $2. Just in case you were worried that this lunatic is actually saying something of merit, the IRS is not going to come after you for $2. They are not the kid on the bicycle from Better Off Dead.
The Pentagon, what's a couple $100 billion between friends? So I imagine.
Yeah, most of the reality you experience is your imagination.
There's more money being sent over there. So,
or somewhere, or kept here. Maybe it's even building secret projects in the United States. But you know what? Maybe when your dad is president next time, he can write he can sign a law, he can force a bill through or write an executive order that the Department of Defense and the Pentagon must announce not only what they're building, but the designs. It's called the Open Source Pentagon Project. All military developers will have to post the blueprints online for all of our military gear and our weapons first and for a review.
Ukraine asks for tanks, okay?
Yes, because they are fighting a land war.
Then they ask for F-16s.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they asked.
Then, what's next? Where does it end?
Nukes. I'm guessing nukes. Yeah, that's it. They're going to ask for nukes next. And how are we going to, I mean, sure, we're obviously going to want to say no, but how can we? I mean, they're so cute right there. They're sitting there all cute. And they're like, but I really want a nuke. And I'm like, all right, I guess. I don't know. I bought them the fucking tank and the plane. I got to give them a nuke, I guess. You know, it's not like I give a shit what's done with it.
Where does the blank check stop? So
it's not a blank check. It's Lend-Lease program. It's actually, they're responsible for paying it back.
Like everything that Trump's been right about, you can see
What, that Ivanka's the only member of the family with brains?
his tweet on Truth Social, like, first come the tanks. It's going to never end.
Well, no, that's not even what the tweet says. The tweet says, you know, then nukes. So it would end with nukes. Nukes would end it. Nukes would end everything. That's the prevailing thought.
Until we say enough is enough.
Until we say enough is enough, no means no. I am tired of being... I did not give consent to be fondled by Zelensky.
No one's coming to the table. Until we say we're not funding this crap anymore, no one has an incentive to negotiate.
Oh, I see. So, no, Russia has plenty of incentive to negotiate. The incentive would be that we're fucking them up and they should stop and get the fuck out of that country. That's a lot of incentive. 188,000 dead Russian soldiers is a lot of fucking incentive. Only if you care about human life, of course, which they don't. So it might not fully be the incentive that we would think it is. But that said, eventually they're going to run out of dudes.
Ukraine can overperform. I mean, I don't think they're winning. It seems like, the news will say, every time Russia makes a gain, it's not really a significant strategic victory. Every time Ukraine makes some sort of gain, it's very significant strategic. No one knows. Okay.
No one knows. Look, Russia takes a chunk of land. Ukraine takes it back. Which one's more significant? The part where the people you're rooting for get their ground back, or the part where the other people were stealing it?
Okay, they don't know. They're trying to make it...
Nobody knows. Have you ever seen a map? Maps don't exist. You can't tell. Nobody knows. Everybody's dead.
But this has been going on forever. Obviously, Russia...
It's been going on forever. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine this motherfucker during World War II?
...has underperformed. Everyone thought this...
Or Vietnam, for that fucking matter?
...would be over in 2 weeks. But
everybody thought it would be over in 2 weeks. Was that what Putin told your fucking dad?
we're sending billions upon billions of dollars there to keep this thing going. And
no, we're sending billions and billions of dollars to stop this.
As long as they're doing that, and I imagine as long as people are grifting off of this and making their billions and stealing whatever it is, and, we see the Taliban's now selling our vehicles that we left there of the billions in equipment there to Russia so they can use it against Ukraine, who we're
Good luck with that.
supporting in this proxy war. When does it end?
Look at him. We're supporting in this proxy war. Are we supposed to support the other side in a proxy war? Are we supposed to, if it's a proxy war, they're there's their opponent, they're an adversary. So
when do people in Russia say, hey, we're fighting the U.S. at this point and escalate? Because that's...
And yes, hey, we're fighting the U.S. At this point. We don't want to do that. They're the only ones with any money. It's time to kill Putin.
What I'm worried about. This stuff should be...
Yeah, that's what you're worried about.
This should be over, okay? War should be like a fucking app, okay? I've watched movies, okay?
Over stat. Like right...
Stat. This war should be over stat. If you want any more evidence that Russia is fucked and they're hanging on by their fucking fingernails and they don't actually have the nuclear capacity to fight back or destroy the world the way they say they do, it's because it's the talking points filtering through fuckheads like this are getting so much more desperate. Stat.
When does it end?
It ends when Russia gets the fuck out of Ukraine. And of course, gives back the hostages that they took. The tens of thousands of Ukrainians, children especially.
When do people in Russia say, hey, we're fighting the U.S. at this point and escalate? Because that's what I'm worried about. This stuff should be over stat.
Like words that mean stop.
Right now. And if...
I mean, let me know in the morning if it is.
We had competent people in government, it could happen. If Trump was there, this would have never happened to
Right, because they would have just taken it in 2 weeks. That was the point.
begin with. But since
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a war. They would have never had a chance because we would have never backed them because he basically told Russia, go for it.
he's not, maybe you want to bring in someone who actually understands negotiation, someone who actually understands how to do these things.
Yeah, but Jimmy Carter's an old man, and he doesn't need this kind of shit, and the Russians will probably spray poison in his face.
Someone who actually stopped or didn't have Russia invade, unlike all the prior presidents and Joe Biden, their neighboring nations.
They stayed there during the entirety of Trump's presidency. Trump at no point, by the way, went, you guys shouldn't have invaded during the Obama presidency, and that shit ends. Get the fuck out of here. Of course not. He had his mouth full.
Why don't we bring that back? And maybe we can end this nonsense once and for all. Unfortunately, we're led by incompetence, so it won't happen. But you heard it here first, guys. Trump's going to be right yet again.
No, he won't be, by the way, for the record.